Nigeria's quest for greatness as a nation has been characterized by several positive stories. Democratic transitions, economic improvement, and the growing trust in government institutions have led to increasing investments by local and foreign organizations in the strategic plans set out by the government. A clear example is the commitment of the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunizations, Gavi, to support Nigeria's strategy for immunization and primary healthcare systems strengthening with $1 billion to match government's commitment of $1.9 billion over the next 10 years. Despite such progress, it is recognized that a country's development cannot be divorced from the way it values its citizens, especially women and children. In this case, Nigeria ranks embarrassingly lowly among the Committee of Nations. Worse still, in the last 25 years, Nigeria has made the 5th worst progress among 20 countries that had the worst maternal mortality ratios by 1990. Over the same period, war-challenged countries with wide-scale humanitarian crises such as Afghanistan, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and South Sudan have made better progress than we did. It is regrettable that there is no basis on which to compare Nigeria with more advanced societies in terms of maternal mortality ratios. The truth is that in Western countries, for example, when a woman announces that she is pregnant, people immediately ask, what is the baby's gender? On the contrary, in Nigeria, we immediately wish and pray for the safe delivery by the woman. In so doing, we expose our heartfelt recognition of the reality that she is embarking on a dangerous journey. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if Nigeria is to reach the targets for maternal and child mortality and achieve the sustainable development goals, continuing business as usual is not an option. In the words of the Director General of WHO, Dr. Tedros, the world is full of frameworks, roadmaps, and action plans that sit on shelves collecting dust and never making a difference to people. Finally, let me assure all Nigerians that we shall not relent, we shall not retreat, we shall not surrender until we overcome all barriers to safe motherhood and healthy childhood.
As traditional leaders of northern Nigeria, we've engaged in this effort by bringing out figures of cases in states which motivated governors to put in more. We'll now be bringing names and addresses of mothers and children that died during this process so that we don't continue to look at them as just figures, but as individuals that have relations, that have sons and daughters and brothers that died in a process that's supposed to give life. With the hope of not shaming the families this time around, but irking the conscience of our political leaders to do more, and in turn, honoring the dead, because through them we'll be able to raise consciousness and awareness and commitment of our government. I assure ED, on behalf of His Eminence and the entire Northern Nigerian traditional leaders, that will give this new initiative all it needs to succeed. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.